Hey everybody, Michael here, and I am just making a follow-up to a tweet that I did the other day, and it was regarding something called HENLoader. So as you know, yesterday we got a brand new release of BDJB, which basically fixed those systems on PS4 9.00 and 9.03. Anyways, this was obviously a big important topic, so I worked on this video yesterday. So if you do want to get a full recap of everything that has just occurred, you can definitely check out this video. Now, going back over here to HENLoader is the BDJB work with no need for a USB stick because GoldHEN is already on the disk itself. Now, if you go back to the original release here with BDJB, you will see that they already have a great solution because in their method, they are looking for a payload.bin on the USB stick. But if you don't have it on that, then it just goes ahead and launches a bin load server. Now, I assume that most people want everything to be automatic and probably on the disk, even though I don't really like this idea if I have to be 100% honest with you. Now, what might be helpful is that if the HENLoader had some way to detect whether or not the GoldHEN that was on the disk was newer than the one that is on a USB drive, for example. So, whereas a USB drive isn't 100% required, it would always be able to fall back to at least having one of the latest official builds of GoldHEN. Now, if you do want to go ahead and get started with this, then go ahead and click on this MediaFire link and download the ISO. Okay, let's go ahead and burn that image to disk. So I have image burn loaded here. We're going to go again to the write image file to disk. And I'm going to just come right up here and I'm going to select the ISO file. And in my instance, it is just called HENLoader.iso. Okay, the rest of this looks pretty good. You can always drop the write speed down if you would like to maybe something like 2.x. And here we're going to go ahead and press burn. And this is a rewritable disk, so I do need to overwrite the existing files that is on it. And again, this one is also right around that 16 megabytes that we saw with the previous images. Okay, and there we go. It has been completed successfully. So let's go ahead and put this into our PlayStation 4. Okay, so back over on my PlayStation 4 here, I've went ahead and inserted the disc. And as you can see there, this one does actually have a title as well as an icon. I mentioned that I thought that could be useful in the future. Then if we scroll down here to system information, this one is my 12.02 system. So let's go ahead and load up the HENLoader. And again, note right here, I am not jailbroken at the moment. So we'll go ahead and run this disk here. Okay, boom. There it goes. It is loaded successfully. Okay, time and date updated as well. And one thing that this release was supposed to have was the latest version of GoldHEN. And as you can see with mine, it loaded up the test version. So let's go ahead and let's go back to the main menu here. I am going to go ahead and remove the file. We are going to take the existing payload.bin file that is found in our /data folder. We are going to delete that. So now it is completely gone. And now I'm going to reboot and we'll give it another shot. Okay, so I just rebooted and we no longer have the payload.bin file in the /data folder. So if we go ahead and run this time, hopefully it will load the latest version of GoldHEN automatically for us. Okay, and there it goes, and boom! There is the very latest version of GoldHEN running, and this time it did not say test, as my previous one was one of those 30-minute time trials. Okay, so this is much more interesting since it now contains absolutely everything all in one ISO. We have our BDJB, we have Lapse chained with it, as well as GoldHEN. So all you would really need to do is to just burn this new ISO image, and at least on 12.02, it appears to be working with no problem at all. Now, it is probably worth mentioning again that I am not sure how well this works on other systems. I just tried it on a 12.02 system. And the other concern that I do have about this is that since this right now is just a random ISO, are they using the latest and greatest, which just came out, yesterday here, or is this based on one of the previous versions? I definitely do not know. Next up, as you all know, there has been lots of rumors and speculation around HEN 2.0. I did go through those a couple of days ago now at this point, and I listed off at least what I had heard. And this HEN 2.0 I'm talking about for the PlayStation 5. So this would work on PS5, hopefully up to 10.01. This would give everybody the much awaited Fate packages for PlayStation 4 as well as PlayStation 5, which right now we absolutely need this desperately, as most of our PlayStation 5 games being extracted, we're just having lots of problems with them. The third big thing was DLC support for PS4 and PS5. And I kind of wrapped up here with, in other words, pure fire. And if you do want to follow the thread to double check anything that I said, I will leave a link to it just right here. And I won't go too much into the speculation about when it's actually coming. Now, the next thing that I wanted to mention was that Lapse3c0re, which is a project that combines Lapse plus MasterCore from a couple years back, this is now released. So we can jump over to the repo here, and we can scroll down in this just a little bit, and we can see that it is called Lapse3c0re. And we can see that it says that it is a port of Lapse, which is a kernel exploit implementation using MasterCore by Macaulay as an entry point. Now, this currently only supports up to versions 11.00, and there are some prerequisites here that are pretty steep. Now, the thing that's going to be a deal breaker for probably 95% of you is that you do need to have a digital activated copy of the game Okage Shadow King on a PlayStation 4 running one of these versions, which I don't really think there's that many of you out there that has it. Even myself, who I consider kind of hardcore with this stuff, I don't even have a system that I can test this on at the moment. So, anyways, just a heads up for that, as I probably won't be covering it, and there probably won't be that much of a need for it, anyways. Anyways, I hope all this information helped somebody out there. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Michael.